Crown Northampton, a 5th generation family-owned brand from England, best known for making some of the highest quality and most expensive sneakers out there. Personally, I have never been sold on the way they look, but that's a conversation for another day because today we'll be taking a look at these pretty special boots, which, full transparency, Crown Northampton gave to me. Links in the description. Okay, without saying anything more. So this is the Everdon Rambler whole cut mid. Basically, with the D-rings, speed hooks and lug sole, it's a more rugged take on the Everdon sneaker. I went with the Horween Natural Chrome XL, which if you're a boot/leather nerd, needs no introduction. It's an oily pull-up leather known for its rich patina potential and character. I've owned them for the past few weeks, and you can see it has darkened and lightened where it flexes and picked up some scuffs and scratches here and there. Mind you, not from actual rugged activities, just, you know, casually wearing them, knocking them around my desk, a little short hike, and the occasional downpour. Now, what really sets these apart from other hiking-inspired boots is the whole cut upper. The benefits are both practical and aesthetic. Fewer seams means greater water resistance, and coupled with the round almond toe, it creates a more streamlined silhouette. And yes, I have even worn these suits to channel my inner Agnelli. There's also French binding along the edges, a detail you don't often see on casual footwear. It gives the boot a neater finish, and alongside the hand-stitch detail to hold the tongue in place, and another hand-stitch detail on the heel, reminds you they're a handmade product whenever you glance down at them. No surprises, with a name like Crown Northampton, the boots are made in Northampton. The Everdon Rambler uses a sidewall stitch, so very much like a capsule sneaker. So yes, $507 is undeniably expensive for what is essentially a leather sneaker. Then again, it's not built just like any other sneaker. You've got an oak bark heel counter and stiffener, and on the inside, a natural veg tan lining, veg tan sock liner, and underneath it, a thin memory foam, then a veg tan leather insole, and the cork filler, and finally a grippy Vibram all-weather lug sole. The result is a boot, if you call it that, with more structure and stiffness than your average sneaker. More on that in the fit later. Now, a major drawback with this construction, as with most capsule sneakers, is that you need the exact sole unit for the resole. Fortunately, Crown Northampton offers a resole service, but outside the UK, it's probably more trouble than it's worth. So instead, what I'd recommend is to go to your local cobbler who specializes in custom sneaker resoles and get a visual makeover. Kinda like what I did with my New Balances. I guess another con, or nitpick in this case, is that the stock laces are way too long. Wrapping them around the ankle looked odd, so I swapped them out for shorter ones. The tongue also isn't gusseted, but considering most people aren't taking these to extreme mountain trails, I'd say the trade-off in keeping its profile slimmer makes sense. Where Crown Northampton truly shines is getting the boots to fit right. I thought I was a 7 wide, but after sending my feet pics and measurements to Chris, the owner, he recommended a 7.5 wide and it fit just right. In fact, beyond offering different widths, because every shoe is made to order, Crown Northampton can accommodate things like a higher instep, different sizes on each foot, and even an extra wide toe box. It's not bespoke, but it's a level of flexibility you don't often see in made-to-order shoes, if ever. The break-in was minimal thanks to the subtle squish of the memory foam and cork. There's also no pinching or high friction areas, though during the initial break-in, the D-ring pressed down on the top of my big toe whenever I flexed them, which caused discomfort, but that went away quickly. Not sure how noticeable it is, but you can also see an unsightly gap around the collar because of my skinny ankles. Doesn't affect the stability or comfort whatsoever. It's more of an aesthetic thing. like I said, $500 is expensive for what is essentially a sneaker that looks like a boot. And sure, there are plenty of lower price, Goodyear welted and hand welted boots you can buy instead. But if you only view them through that lens, I think you're missing out on what makes these interesting. The combination of the hole-cut upper, the hiking-inspired silhouette, the hand-stitched details, and the liberal use of leather is a proposition you won't find anywhere else. That's it. If it weren't for Crown Northampton giving me these, I probably wouldn't drop $500 for these. But after wearing them for the past few weeks, I can sort of understand their charm. They are not for everyone, but for the person who wants an unconventionally stylish boot that can go from the office to the outdoors, made with care by a small multi-generation business, these may well be worth it. So yeah, that's that. If you'd like to get your hands or feet on this, do use my link in the description below. Really helps to keep the reviews coming. Okay, until next time, stay subtle.